Hello and welcome to the Learning Crypto YouTube channel. In this video, we're featuring AVAX, taking a look at some buy areas and TP areas for the upcoming bull run in both the USDT and BTC pairs. But before we get onto that, a quick thank you to our sponsors at Blowfin Exchange, who are offering an exclusive offer of 15% cash back up to 500 USDT back to your account, but only if you use the link in the description below. On top of that, they're currently running a trading tournament with a top prize of up to 50,000 USDT, and that is running until the 20th of February. So no KYC requirements and open to UK users. So be sure to check it out using the link in the description below. Also, if you enjoy our content, please do like and consider subscribing to the channel. It helps us grow and we really do appreciate it. And finally, nothing in this video should constitute as financial advice. So with all that out of the way, let's get onto the charts. So we last covered AVAX with a video back on the 6th of October when we were down here. I'll link that video at the end if you want to go back and check it out. But basically, we just reclaimed these weekly range lows, and I was talking about, we're much closer to the bottom than the top. Yes, we might have rallied 20% off of the bottom, and you might not want to buy. However, wait for a pullback. But I said you got to zoom out, take a look at the bigger picture, much closer to the bottom than the top. And as you can see, we were down at about $10 at that point. We're now at $40, so it's down to 4x since then. Certainly didn't expect that. If we zoom in a little bit to this weekly range, so as I say, we were down here when we made the video. We just popped up here, come back down, retesting these weekly range lows, and I was talking about the next test of these weekly range highs at $20 or so, probably being the final one before we break out, and we certainly did. However, I did think that $30 would be a bit of a sticking point, a potential first TP area to maybe take a little bit of profits and rebuy on a retest of the weekly range high. That didn't happen, that's for sure. So it was a clear level of previous resistance back here in May and August 2022, but blasted straight through. But it did actually use it as support a few weeks ago when we came back and retraced. So that retracement was a nice little gift for people that didn't get in. As you can see, 40% down, weekly level of support. And also, if you just whacked a fib on there, you'd have seen that it was the 0.5 area, which is a nice little retracement there. And as you can see, bounced off that and attempting to come up and create higher highs. Of course, there is a small danger that we may create a lower high somewhere around here in the 40s. We'll have to wait and see, but all the signs currently, especially with Bitcoin, almost tagging 50k today, signs do look pretty bullish indeed. Certainly if you zoom out and look at the bigger picture, whilst we may get another little leg down potentially, in the long term, I think AVAX is going to do very, very well. So let's take a look at some potential TP areas. Even if you were to buy in today, as I say, we're still closer to the bottom than the top. And if we were to surpass all-time highs, not a guarantee, of course, then the risk reward and the returns will certainly be worth it. So first TP area for me would be up here at about $55. Now, if you bought in today, I could understand you probably don't want to take profit that early, but that is still a 37% move, which isn't too bad at all. And the reason I think is a big area of resistance, or TP area, you can see it was resistance here back in February 21, August 21, and then it flipped as support and held for a long time. So from September 21 all the way until April 2022, it held as support until we finally lost it in May 2022, and that's when we visited the lows. So big profit taking area, I think, just above that $50 psychological level. And if you've been buying down here in this weekly range, then your profits are going to be pretty substantial. Wouldn't be a bad idea to take a little bit off the table, maybe 5-10%, and then rebuy on a potential retracement, because I would be very surprised if we were to get past this level on the first time of asking. But let's just say if you were to jump in, as I say, about 40% from here, not too bad at all. Next TP after that for me would be up here at about $80. So you can see clear level resistance here in September 21, big level of support all the way through November 21 to January 2022, and then big level resistance. You see all these weekly wicks in here between Feb and March 2022, and then finally lost it as support and back to resistance in April 2022. So big level there. Let's take a look at what the returns from today's prices would be. You're looking at doubling your money, of course, $40 to $80, 100%. Next TP, you can see just front running that $100 level, psychological level slightly, and you can see big resistance and support level in the past, most notably on this rally we had in the end of March 2022 before the big drop down. We pretty much went straight from $100 all the way down to $14 in a straight line. So big profit taking area there. I think let's take a look at what a return to those prices would be. You're looking at about just shy of 150%. Not too bad at all. As I say, and that's buying in now, let alone if you bought down here in this weekly range. Final two TPs, so you've got the highest weekly candle close from the last cycle, which was about $130. Let's take a look at what a return to those prices would be. You're looking at 225% just about. And then finally, the absolute all-time highs at around just shy of $150, about $146, $147. Let's take a look at what a return to those prices from today would be. 262%. So as I say, even though we've rallied quite a lot off the bottom, there's still some fantastic opportunities there. Great risk reward for some potential returns. And as I say, in terms of taking profits, all-time highs aren't guaranteed, let alone surpassing them. So taking a little bit of profit along the way enables you to buy in. You can do all sorts with those profits. As I've said in many videos before, gives you options. You can withdraw it as profit, diversify into other projects with a free bag because it's all money from profit, or of course you can just buy the dips on the asset you've taken profit on. So hits a level of resistance, comes back down, retests support. So for example, if we get up to $80, it then pulls back and retests $55 of support. You can use that money that you took profits on at resistance, rebuy at support, make your bag bigger, etc. So just gives you those options. And of course, as we saw in the last cycle when Bitcoin made its 50% retracement in the May of 2021, a lot of people were regretting not taking profits sooner. So taking a little bit along the way, even if you took 10% at each of these, 10, 20, 30, 40, if that's 50%, you've still got 50% to go into all-time highs. And especially if you've been buying down here in this weekly range and you're staring, let's just take a quick look. Let's just say you've got an average buy price of this weekly mid-range and up to all-time highs, you're looking at 840%, 850% give or take. So definitely want to be taking some profits on the table just in case we don't surpass those all-time highs. Let's move on then to the BTC side of things. So in the latest video, or in the last video I should say, back in October, I actually talked about, if we go down to the daily, so as I said, we did the video on the 6th of October, which was here. I talked about price coming up, testing this level of 4,055 and then dropping down to the weekly range lows of 3,050 sats, and that's exactly what happened. Bounced up, talked about this level as a potential profit taking area at 6,000 sats. You can see, tagged it, retraced a little bit. Where did we come down? Had about a 20% retracement, not too bad at all. And then I talked about this. I previously thought this was a range high, although it looks a little bit messy now with this second deviation, but regardless, still a weekly level of resistance. Talked about that as a profit taking level. As you can see though, we blasted through it. Very surprised we got through it first time, however deviated back down. And as I say, if you'd have taken profits at that level, we've retraced since then about 15%. So those two profit taking areas would have worked out pretty well. So sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, but it's all about having a plan and sticking to it. As I've said in many videos, it doesn't matter where you take your profits or how much profits you take. It's all down to you as an individual and your personal circumstances. But just having that plan going into a bull market is very important because of the emotions and the amount of money that's potentially on the table there. It's not profit until it's realized and cashed in. So before that, it's just figures on a screen. So have that plan and stick to it when it comes to the bull market. And that's what these videos are here to highlight. Whether you use these levels that we mark out or not, it's completely up to you. But just having that plan in place is all important. So let's take a look at some potential buy areas. Of course, in here, it's in a bit of a no man's land. The Bitcoin dominance chart is still looking very strong, so we may see a bit more of a dip on the alt BTC chart. So potentially a retest of this 6,500 sats level would be a great area to buy in my personal opinion. Maybe dollar cost average anywhere between here and that 6,500 level. Be very surprised if we broke below that 6,500 sats level, just because as strong as the Bitcoin dominance chart looks, it's going to top out at some point, and we've not had a proper quote-unquote alt season yet, so I think that's coming soon. So I think anywhere between here and 6,500 sats is a very good buy on AVAX, converting some Bitcoin into AVAX, looking to grow it. Let's take a look at some potential TPs then, only the three. So first one will be up here, I think about 15,000 or 16,000 sats. If we take a look at what a return to those prices from today would be, that's almost doubling your bag at 90% returns. Next one would be all these weekly wicks up here, about 22,000 sats. You can see big level of support and resistance. If we were to get up there, I think that'd be a big profit taking area. Let's take a look at what a return to those prices would be. 170% return on your Bitcoin. And then finally, the absolute all-time highs on AVAX BTC is just shy of 26,000 sats. So again, a return to those prices from today is about 220% return on your Bitcoin. So as I say, pretty good risk reward still, even though we've rallied quite a bit off the bottom, the returns are definitely still there. So hope you enjoyed the video. Let us know in the comments below, are you investing in AVAX? What are your targets? What's your average buy price? All that good stuff. And also drop in the comments below any suggestions you'd have for some future videos. In the meantime, have a good day and I'll catch you on the next one.